right, so it is time for penmanship. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, penmanship. So go ahead and get out a clean sheet of paper. Pause the video whenever you need to. Penmanship, name and date on your paper. Remember, after our name and date, we will always skip a line. So we're going to do a really quick review, and we are going to write capital A, little a on the first line. Remember, capital A begins under the top line. We curve around and up. We come around, we close it up. We retrace back down and smile. Remember, lowercase a or little a looks just like it. It's only half the size. So we start under a pretend little half line here. We go up to our dotted line. We curve around. We close it up. We retrace back down and smile. That is our capital A and our little a. Next, we will make our capital B and our little b on the same line. So capital B starts under the top line. We're going to slant up to the top, come all the way down to the floor, retrace back up, swing around with the loop, with the half circle, put a loop-de-loo in it, swing around again, and come out. That is our capital B. Lowercase b starts on the bottom line. We slant up to the top, we curve around, we come down, we curve up, about halfway up, we stop, we retrace down back just a little bit and put a smile on it. That is our capital B. Remember, capital C starts on the top line. We put our pencil on the top line, we curve to the right and back up and around, curve all the way around and swing up. That is our capital C. And then lowercase c looks a lot like it. We start at the middle of the dotted line, we go up to the dotted line, we curve around and swing up. And that is our capital C. So capital A, capital A, lowercase a, capital B, lowercase b, capital C, and capital C. Okay, so you can write another whole line of those, skip a line, and then write another whole line again. Remember, you can pause the video anytime that you need to pause the video in order to catch up or to rewatch how something is done. Okay, next we are going to write capital D. So capital D starts like capital B. It starts at the top line. You're going to come down to the bottom line. You're going to put a little loop-de-doo. You're going to go back to the sides of the paper, come around with a little loop-de-doo, kind of swing up with it, bring it back down to the bottom line, curve around to the top, and come down and swing out. That is our capital D. Watch again. We come down, go to the back side and curve up and around and back down to the floor, swerve around to the top, back up, and swing out. That is our capital D. You're going to go ahead and write me 5 capital D's on your line. Remember, pause that video anytime you need to. Next, we are going to write lowercase d. So lowercase d begins just like lowercase a. There's just one thing different in it. Okay, so watch this. It starts under the dotted line. We go up to the dotted line, curve around, we close it up, but this time we keep going up to the top line, retrace back down, and swing up with our smile. That is our lowercase d. We're starting under the dotted line. We go up to the dotted line, come around, close it up, keep going up to the top, or retrace back down, and swing out with a smile. That is our capital D. You will make 5 of those on this line. Pause the video now and do so. All right, so now we will make our capital E's. So capital E's begin, let me just show you. I was going to try and tell you they began like one of those other ones, but I don't think they do. All right, so skip your line for our capital E. So capital E, it does. It begins like the C, kind of. So begin on the line. You're going to loop-de-loo around this way, back up to the top, come halfway down. You're going to put a loop-de-loo in there, swing around, and come back down and swing up. And that is our capital E. I guess it does look somewhat like a capital C with a loop-de-loo in the middle and a little C on the bottom. Y'all got that? A loop-de-loo in the middle and a little C on the bottom. All right, watch again. Here we go. Starts on the top line. You come down and curve around. Go about midway into the line. Put a little loop-de-loo in there. Go up and around. Come back out and swing around and curve up. And there's your capital E. Okay? Put 5 of those capital E's on the line for me. You may pause the video and do that now. Okay, so now we are going to make our lowercase e. Lowercase e's are simple, simple, easy, breezy. So your lowercase e, skip a line, it's going to start on the bottom line. You are going to curve up like you're making a B, but you're not going to go up near that high. You're going to curve up about halfway to the dotted, or up to the dotted line, curve around to the left, curve back around, and swing up. And that is our capital, or I'm sorry, our little e or lowercase e. Okay, watch again. Curve up to the dotted line, loop around, curve back around, and swing up. That's our little e. And you guys know when I'm saying dotted line, I'm talking about that pretend dotted line there. There's not really a dotted line on your paper. Okay, unless you've made one, and that's fine. Okay? All right, so we have capital A, capital B, little b, capital C, little c. We have capital D, capital E, little e. Now for capital F. All right, so capital F does begin on the top line. I'm sorry, did I tell you guys to make your five on a row of your little e's? Pause your video, do that now if I didn't. Okay, now we're ready for our capital F's. So, capital F starts on the top line. You're going to curve around to the left, go back around, kind of walk across the top a little bit, curve down, and kind of swing up almost like you're making an anchor. Okay? And then you're going to pick up your pencil and cross it right in the middle, and that is a capital F. It almost looks like an anchor or maybe like a sailboat that's missing one end of it or something. Okay, so watch again. Here we go. We come around to the left, go back up across the top, curve and swing down to the bottom, make your little sailboat, and come back and cross it like you're crossing a T. That is your capital F. So make 5 capital F's on this row. You may pause the video and do so now. Okay, so now we are ready to make our lowercase f or our little f. They're made very much like the B's. There's just a little bit of difference. So here we go. They start on the bottom line, and you're going to slant up to the top line, curve around to the left, and you're going to come down, but this time keep coming down about halfway to the next line, make a loop-de-loo, come back up to the top line, close it in, and then swing out. Okay? So we have up and around and down, back up, and swing out. Okay, so that is how you make your F's, your little F's. Now I want to remind you guys of something which I really should have said yesterday and I did not. I am so sorry I didn't. But have you noticed that when we make any of our letters, we don't pick our pencil up? Like when we're making our capital D, we don't come over here and do this, and then come back up here and do this, and then come back up there and do that. That's not how we do it. Our pencil never comes up. It's down, around, up, and loop-de-doo. Our pencil never comes off the paper unless we need to dot an I, or cross a T, or cross an F, then, or cross an X, then our pencil will come off the paper. But your pencil just keeps going and going and going like the Energizer bunny, okay? Or the batteries, you know, and the bunny that they do. Okay, so that is our penmanship for today. Do your best work. When you're all done, go back to each row, find your best letters, and put a smile face beside your best letter. Good luck.